Welcome back to another League of Legends jungle guide with your host here, Vambino, and we're just going to be talking about Season 16 changes, my experience jungling through the years, so I've been playing since Season 1, and then how you want to kind of structure your loadout, kind of view your information on your profile here. So as we can kind of see, we're currently sitting around rank 200 on the ladder. Ladder just reset like about a month ago, so like 3 weeks ago or so. And then we're just kind of regrinding the ranks. A couple people have just been reaching challenger back again, so you can kind of see everybody is kind of regrinding the ranks right now. You can kind of see the ladder here. But yeah, so I'm just going to talk about a couple of junglers that I play. Kind of going to talk about what we kind of expect to learn from these junglers. So I play mainly Rek'Sai, Jarvan, Nunu. I'm going to go into kind of loadouts, what you want to have ready, since champion select is a little bit it's a little bit quick these days, honestly, in rank. So there's like not that much time to like even go to the bathroom and pee, right? So just being realistic here, right? So talking about loadouts, gonna probably skip over skins, but skins are pretty cool. There are emotes. You want to have an emote wheel. You want to have some reactions, so you can just spam your emotes whenever you're doing things. This is very recommended because you do want to tilt your enemies. Try not to spam emotes on your allies though. You want to have rune pages. So essentially, you can see that we have a lot of rune pages here. You can click create new if you want to make a new one, and then you just want to have them labeled. So I have one for Jarvan, Gragas, Malphite, Annie mid, Nunu, Ashe, Olaf. So typically, if you're autofilled, you do want to have a page ready, so you don't always like reach and try to redo your page on the fly. Even for me, it's gonna be pretty difficult to redo a page perfectly on the fly because I'm not gonna really understand or know everything about that matchup. So I just typically want to have a page already made. So if you don't have pages yet, definitely make them. So create them. I don't know if you still have to buy them, but yeah, just label them and you should be okay. So this is kind of what you want to view for rune pages. Always want to have your rune pages ready. And then I'm just going to talk a little bit about champions. So I'm going to go by mastery, I'm going to go by what I know, and then we're going to talk about current patch, and then also kind of how I view junglers in this meta, and then also what I feel like is going to be most helpful for learning a role or a position whenever you're autofilled as well. So autofill is a system that, you're not always going to get your main role. It's just going to be the case that you're going to have to play other roles sometimes. It's a fact of life. So you will have to just kind of experience that. So starting off, Rek'Sai, you guys probably know I am a Rek'Sai player. He actually only recently became my most played because I had a lot of mastery on Jarvan. So you can see 66 mastery Rek'Sai, 50 on Jarvan. So these are pretty much just all tanky boys. So I'm pretty much a tanky kind of supportish player, mainly. So I got Challenger in Season 9 with Nunu. I got Challenger last season, Season 15 with Jarvan. I got Challenger a couple times with Nunu, actually. He was my most played for a long time. And then just last season, I switched to playing kind of tank Sundered Sky, Black Cleaver, Jarvan. So you go Sundered Sky into Black Cleaver, and then you go into Frozen Heart, usually on Jarvan. And then you're very tanky, you heal up a lot, and you provide a lot of support and utility to your team while being a decent damage dealer as well with Conqueror. This season, Rek'Sai is, I do the Hail of Blades Titanic build right now. I used to do the Conqueror build. It depends on the patch, but I think right now Hail of Blades is better. For my autofill position, I usually play Annie or Olaf, so I used to jungle Olaf as well. Olaf jungle is no longer that good these days, but if it ever comes back, I am going to show you guys how to Olaf jungle. And then Gragas as well. I used to play top and jungle. So jungle Gragas is pretty good. It's not really great right now. It's not in a good position. These top 3 champions are actually all in very good positions right now, so you can play them to some decent effect. I'm going to link also if I haven't already, I'm going to link some resources that you guys can use to figure out stats for your elo. So in terms of how I feel about Rek'Sai right now, definitely very strong in the meta. If you're playing this Titanic build, you're going to be very tanky, you're going to do a lot of damage, and you're going to provide a lot to your team in terms of CC, map maneuverability. It's just that the only weakness to this champion that I feel like you got to shore up early by staying ahead is the slow clear speed and also the accessibility and also the bad scaling. So it doesn't scale as well into the late game as something like Jarvan would. Or Nunu would, and it doesn't do too much utility for your team. It's purely for CC, tanking, knockups, and kind of supporting objectives that way. We are going to talk about Jarvan a little bit. So Jarvan, I definitely feel is really strong in the meta right now. It's interesting that right now the meta build for Jarvan is actually not tank. It's going to be full AD, one-shot Axiom Arc, kind of Profane Hydra Jarvan. So this is kind of where the meta is shaping up. It's either, if you're not tanky enough to be a true tank, you're going to have to go into a more supportish role. Or you're going to have to go full damage to try to one-shot and try to scale up into the late game so that you can still stay relevant inside the game. So that's for Jarvan. Nunu, I feel like, kind of self-explanatory. You do go one damage item. Pentalus is the best Nunu in the game right now, so he's always top 10, and he always goes damage. So I do have a Nunu rune page here. You can see it does run Electrocute. And then you are going Liandry's first with the Dark Seal, and then scaling up that way. Full tank after that. And then Annie is my autofill, and Olaf is my autofill for mid and top. You can see I also play Malphite. Malphite's really good in the jungle right now. Last season I played a fair bit of Trundle as well. Trundle jungle along with Jarvan. So definitely more tanky, bruiser-ish, objective control style of jungle. And we definitely, we hit top 250, I think, NA with these two champions. This season, after the change, I got top 50 with Rek'Sai. Rek'Sai is very strong right now in the meta. And then I used to play Karthus, Lee Sin. These were more kind of carry style junglers. I feel like they're not too great in the meta right now. Karthus is good because the Deathfire touch rune kind of broke him a little bit, but that is getting hotfixed next patch. So I might do... Yeah, so I wouldn't worry about Karthus right now. I think he's not really a problem in the jungle. But yeah, Lee Sin also getting hotfix buffed, kind of. So he's very weak in the jungle right now, but he is getting massive buffs, so we should be seeing him more in higher elo. Rek'Sai and Jarvan both have decent matchups into Lee Sin, but Lee Sin, when he is very good, is very oppressive. So definitely watch out for this champion. He likes to go AD, he likes to go bruiser style, and then kind of destroy games. Amumu is very good in the jungle. The one thing about Amumu is that you do have to ban Sylas, because Sylas has a thing where his ultimate steals other champions' ultimates. So if you're up against a Sylas, he'll steal your ult. This game-changing broken ult that kind of just destroys entire teams. But you can kind of see a pattern in this play style that I'm doing. I'm picking mainly bruiser-ish type CC tanky junglers. Gragas used to be able to play tanky style as well with Liandry's and kind of Dark Harvest, Liandry's, and then you're going more into like a Cosmic Drive tanky build. So you're kind of noticing a pattern here with the tanky junglers here. So I do think that tanky supportive style right now is going to be your best bet to answering the meta. So Fiddlesticks as well, kind of more disruptive. I did some time on Fiddlesticks earlier, in my earlier days. So I would say like a few years ago, I was doing a lot of Fiddlesticks. At least this was mainly like season 6 when I was pushing top challenger. I was top 50, played a fair bit of Elise. Kha'Zix, definitely smurfed around with Kha'Zix a little bit. Have a couple of accounts with Kha'Zix as most played. So like 2, 3. And then Hecarim, definitely have more experience on other champions. But yeah, it kind of goes down from there. So I've kind of played, you can see a lot of the junglers. Jax was mainly top lane, but sometimes jungle. Nidalee, season 6. And then Kindred, and kind of goes down from there. So these are all the junglers I play or have played in the past. I kind of view right now the jungle meta. I'll, of course, link it. It goes in Masters Plus, Rek'Sai, Zyra, Nidalee, Talon, Bel'Veth, Talia, Kiana, Ivern, Warwick, Kindred, Fiddlesticks, Udyr. So I can make a separate video about, I think, lower elos as well. I can't really speak right now on the lower tiers, but in terms of win rate right now in Masters Plus worldwide, Rek'Sai is king. So that is kind of going to wrap it up for this video. I just wanted to make a little quick video about what I play and kind of how I see the meta shaping up. And then I think right now we're seeing a lot of kind of more objective control style junglers that kind of enjoy to fighting and skirmishing around jungle. So mainly just, you're not seeing these like kindred types where you're invading a lot. You're not really seeing too much of, I guess, yeah, Kindred is a tough one because she is pretty good right now. It's just she's not as good as something like Rek'Sai, where you can kind of build tanky and also control the game that way. So get really fed and then become somewhat unkillable. I think shutdowns are a big problem right now as well, because if you're not tanky later on, it's easier to throw your lead. So if you throw your shutdown as a jungler to enemy laner, then you will have a massive issue with scaling up into the game. So you typically have these higher win rate junglers. You be fairly hard to kill, so either longer range like Zyra or Nidalee, kind of assassiny, or Talia, I mean, kind of assassiny like Talon. Talon's generally very hard to kill because he jumps over walls and kind of hides around. Very tanky like Rek'Sai, or has a lot of dashes like Bel'Veth. Very, very hard to kill. But yeah, so this typically what you're seeing in the jungle. Bad picks right now, I would say. You know, you got Viego, you got Sejuani. These are typically junglers that kind of are very short range, and they're easy to kill, basically. Like, for Viego, he doesn't really have too much dash potential. Like, he does have his one ult, and he does have the invisibility, but he really needs to kill something, like kill someone to get online. We're not really seeing too much Vi. Vi players have pretty much dropped out. They have to go in first, and junglers do not want to go in first right now. So you're seeing a lot of jungler picks be basically junglers that like to go in secondary and just wait for your top lane and your support, or support your team in order for them to go in. So junglers that are maybe cleanup crew or going in second are going to perform a lot better in this meta. So yeah, those are kind of my thoughts. Hope you guys, if you guys have any questions, like, let me know in Discord, or let me know if you want to see any videos on any topic. These are kind of just all the junglers I play and my take on the meta. So I will catch you guys in the next one. Thanks, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. Free jungle PDF in the link below. And I will catch you guys next time. See you later.